actually. Many of you in this room have participated in our development of the Platinum Triangle, which we view as the best concept for transit-oriented development in Orange County, if not in Southern California, where in 2004 we rezoned to a certain extent, created an overlay zone on 500 acres around Anaheim Stadium, creating probably the highest concentration of residential commercial development in Orange County, or if not around Southern California, of over 9,500 residential units and 7 million square feet of office and commercial space all around our stadium, the Honda Center, and our train station, which will be our intermodal connection to high-speed rail and many of the other transit services that are found in Southern California. I mention that only because I was first elected in 2002. In my 8 years as mayor, to my wife and many other people's thankful level of appreciation, will be over in 74 days from today. Not that anyone is counting, but my wife does keep the calendar on the refrigerator door. But in that time, we have 3 more EIRs to address in this city, and I'll just tell you what that means. One, we are finalizing our EIR for the Arctic, the Anaheim Regional Transportation Intermodal Center, which will be the southern terminus of the California High-Speed Rail Phase 1 project. We're modifying the EIR for the Platinum Triangle, where we'll move from 9,500 residential units to about 15,000 residential units, and from 7 million square feet to as high as 15 million, 18 million square feet of office and commercial space all around our train station and the entertainment areas of the stadium and Honda Center. So when all of you gather to talk about what's happening around the state, or what you would like to see happen around the state, I'd like you to not think of Orange County of 50 years ago, but think of Orange County of today, and certainly Anaheim of today. And we appreciate you all being here at our convention facility. You know, it is probably important for you to know that our planning director, who oversees all of the projects, who was hired within the first 6 months of me becoming mayor, is here, and she does a fantastic job. So if you want to talk to someone who moves ULI concepts to fruition and application within a city, you also need to ensure that you incorporate and work with the government sector. And would you join with me in recognizing Sherry Vanderdusen, our planning director? It's nice to be here also in an election season in which I'm not on the ballot. My name has appeared on every single general election ballot, or in every election year, with the exception of 3 since 1980. So I am really glad that my name's not on the ballot. And we have 14 people running for city council in Anaheim. Not that that necessarily matters to all of you that live outside of Anaheim, but the one who has, the council candidate, who has his name most associated with rail service and trains is here today. This is council candidate Brian Chuchua. So I thought that was... Because I want to make sure before he leaves, Chuchua, that was the joke, if you get it, it's Chuchua. And before he leaves today, make sure you inundate him so he has no place to go if he gets elected, but continuing support for the various projects we're moving forward with here. I want to thank Phyllis and Catherine and Mary and Kate, all the ULI executive directors from the different divisions across the state, because this is an exciting conference. This is an exciting opportunity for us. The California High-Speed Rail Project is a reality, and when it was in 1996, the year I was Speaker of the Assembly, Senator Quentin Kopp established the authority in California in 1996, voted for legislation to say there will be planning for the high-speed rail. And most communities, most voters, most people in the state didn't think that could be a reality, that in fact those are dreams, those are visions, those are thoughts for the long term. But in fact, when the voters passed in 2008 a $9.95 billion bond that said there is reality and cash behind high-speed rail development in California, when the High-Speed Rail Authority moved forward with its programmatic EIR in 2005 and then again in 2008, there became some substance to the concept of high-speed rail in California. And then, of course, with the Obama administration and this Congress, when they set aside $8 billion for high-speed rail development in this country, but more importantly, created timelines by which we have to get it accomplished, that not only enhanced the reality, but put urgency behind it. So what's interesting to me is, as I travel around the state on behalf of high-speed rail, to see people who, for the first time, remember the vision or the talk of high-speed rail, but now not only see it, its applicability within their community, but really the very serious potential and opportunity across the state. Therefore, being here at this ULI conference to talk specifically about what do we do in each community where high-speed rail will have an impact, I think is very significant, very important. And your complete involvement in this is very necessary if you want to see this move to the level that we all dream of and hope for. I should let you know that every word I say is being monitored by the staff of the High-Speed Rail Authority, particularly through our Deputy Director of the High-Speed Rail Authority, Dan Levitt. So would you join with me in recognizing Dan? And Dan's job is multifaceted, since I think at this point in time we only have 11 state employees that are hired by high-speed rail. Everybody else is contracted or borrowed into the project. But one of the areas Dan has been focusing on is an issue that's been before our board for the last couple months, and that you all should be very focused on yourself, and that is a high-speed rail downtown station development set of guidelines. And the High-Speed Rail Authority, as you'll hear from your keynote speaker later today, Peter Calthorpe, we engaged him and his firm and his ideas, along with communities, and engaging them in what development strategies and opportunities are there as a part of this process. So even though right now we may be stuck in the environmental clearance process, focusing on the 4 sections of the project that are eligible for the federal ERA funds that we are receiving from the federal government, we have not ignored, nor will we ignore, the impacts and importance of high-speed rail in communities. And I hope you'll see that through the course of today, and also participate and be engaged in that. But a lot of people talk about high-speed rail, but you may not know what we're talking about in California. Let me make sure you see the project in your head very clearly. The phase 1 of high-speed rail is a high-speed train that has the capability of traveling 200 plus miles per hour, that will connect the northern population centers to the southern population centers of this state. It will connect from San Francisco to San Jose, across past Gilroy to Merced, down to Fresno, Bakersfield, to Palmdale, to Los Angeles, and then to Anaheim. That's phase 1.